Right now, somewhere in the United States, someone is having a heart attack. Not in a dramatic Hollywood way. No sudden collapse, no clutching the chest, no obvious emergency. Just a quiet, confusing collection of symptoms that feel like indigestion or exhaustion, or maybe just getting older. And because nothing feels like what they expected a heart attack to feel like, they wait. They go to bed. They tell themselves they'll see how they feel in the morning. And for too many seniors over 60, that decision costs them their life. By the end of this video, you will know the 5 warning signs of a heart attack that are most commonly missed by seniors, signs that look nothing like what you've seen on television, and you'll understand exactly what to do the moment any of them appears. This information could save your life. It could save the life of someone you love. So stay with me, because the next 10 minutes are among the most important you'll spend this year. Let's start with a number that should alarm every single person over 60 watching this right now. According to the American Heart Association, someone in the United States experiences a heart attack approximately every 40 seconds. Every 40 seconds. And the average age of a first heart attack is 65. 6 years for men and 72 years for women, placing millions of seniors directly in the highest risk window. But here is what the statistics don't tell you, and what most doctors fail to communicate clearly enough. A major 2025 study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that cardiovascular health among adults 65 and older with high blood pressure, heart failure, or existing heart conditions has been significantly declining, and the warning signs these seniors experience are dramatically different from the classic symptoms that most people recognize. Different enough that many seniors, and even some healthcare providers, miss them entirely. The Hollywood heart attack, the sudden crushing chest pain, the dramatic collapse is real. But it is not the most common experience for people over 60. Age-related changes in the nervous system, blood vessels, and pain perception mean that many seniors experience what cardiologists call a silent or atypical heart attack. The pain signals are dulled. The symptoms are subtle. They feel like something else entirely, and that is precisely what makes them so dangerous. So let's go through all 5 one by one, and I want you to pay particular attention to the ones that surprise you. Those are the ones most likely to be DIS because missed until it is too late. The first warning sign is unexplained and extreme fatigue. And I want to be clear that this is not the ordinary tiredness that comes from a long day or poor night's sleep. This is a sudden, overwhelming exhaustion that arrives without any obvious cause. Research published through cardiovascular health institutions confirms that severe, unexplained fatigue, particularly the kind that appears suddenly and feels completely out of proportion to any physical activity, can occur days and sometimes even weeks before a heart attack in seniors. When the heart muscle is struggling to receive adequate blood flow, the body diverts energy away from everything else in an attempt to keep the heart functioning. The result is a profound fatigue that many seniors describe as feeling like they simply cannot lift their arms, or that walking to the kitchen feels like running a marathon. What makes this particularly dangerous for people over 60 is that fatigue is so easy to dismiss. We're tired because of our age. We're tired because we didn't sleep well. We're tired because of our medication. But if you or someone you love experiences a level of exhaustion that feels sudden, severe, and completely unexplained, especially if it is accompanied by any of the other signs we're about to discuss, please do not go to bed and hope it passes. This is a symptom that demands immediate attention. Are you still with me? Because the second warning sign is one that shocks nearly everyone who hears it for the first time, and it is missed constantly in seniors over 60. It is confusion, or a sudden change in mental clarity. According to research from Interior Health and multiple cardiology institutions, new confusion, what doctors call delirium, can be the very first visible sign of a heart attack in an older adult. When blood flow to the brain is compromised because the heart is not pumping efficiently, the brain is among the first organs to show the effects. A senior who suddenly seems disoriented, unusually forgetful, unable to follow a simple conversation, or confused about where they are or what day it is may not be having a neurological episode. They may be having a cardiac event. This symptom is particularly prevalent in women over 70, and it is almost universally dismissed as something other than a heart attack by the seniors themselves, by their families, and sometimes even by emergency responders who are looking for the classic chest-clutching presentation. If someone you love over 60 suddenly becomes confused in a way that feels new, abrupt, or out of character, especially alongside any sense of physical discomfort, treat it as a cardiac emergency until proven otherwise. The third warning sign is shortness of breath, and specifically the kind that arrives unexpectedly at rest, or with the most minimal physical effort. Many seniors over 60 gradually accept increasing breathlessness as a normal part of aging. They stop walking as far, they take the elevator instead of the stairs, they sit down more, and in doing so, they quietly mask one of the most important signals the body can send, When the heart is under stress and struggling to pump blood effectively, fluid can begin to back up into the lungs, a condition called pulmonary congestion, making it progressively harder to breathe. According to the Mayo Clinic and the American Heart Association, shortness of breath is one of the most common symptoms of a heart attack in seniors. And critically, it can occur with absolutely no chest pain whatsoever. A senior who wakes up in the night unable to breathe comfortably, or who finds themselves gasping after walking from the bedroom to the bathroom, or who suddenly cannot complete a sentence without pausing to catch their breath. These are not signs of aging. These are signs that the heart is in distress and they require an emergency response. Now stay with me, because number 4 is the one that sends more seniors home from emergency rooms undiagnosed than perhaps any other symptom on this list. It is nausea, stomach upset, or pain in the upper abdomen, symptoms that feel almost identical to indigestion, acid reflux, or a stomach bug. The heart sits in close proximity to the stomach and digestive organs, and the nerve pathways that carry pain signals from the heart can overlap significantly with those coming from the gastrointestinal system. This means that when the heart is experiencing reduced blood flow, the pain can present in the stomach rather than the chest. Seniors describe it as a feeling of pressure, heaviness, or discomfort in the upper abdomen, sometimes accompanied by nausea, vomiting, or a sense of feeling sick that they cannot explain. Research from cardiovascular disease specialists confirms that this presentation is especially common in women, in people with diabetes, and in adults over 65 whose pain perception has changed with age. The critical warning here is this: if you experience sudden, unexplained stomach discomfort or nausea, particularly if it is accompanied by sweating, unusual fatigue, or any difficulty breathing, do not reach for the antacids. Call for help. The stakes of getting this wrong are simply too high. And finally, the 5th warning sign, and perhaps the most underestimated of all for seniors over 60, is pain or discomfort that radiates beyond the chest. Most people have heard that heart attacks cause chest pain. But what many seniors don't realize is that cardiac pain frequently travels. It can radiate into the left arm, and sometimes the right arm. It can move into the jaw, the neck, the upper back, or even the teeth. Some seniors report a dull, persistent ache in one or both shoulders. Others feel a heaviness or tightness across the upper back that they attribute to muscle soreness or arthritis. According to research from Healthline and cardiovascular specialists, pain that radiates to the jaw, neck, or back without any obvious musculoskeletal cause is one of the most frequently overlooked cardiac warning signs in older adults, particularly in women, for whom this pattern is even more common than the classic left arm presentation. If you feel an unexplained ache spreading through your jaw, upper back, or shoulder, especially if it comes alongside even mild breathlessness, nausea, or fatigue, please do not dismiss it as tension or pulled muscle. Your heart may be trying to tell you something urgent. Now, here is what I need you to understand about all 5 of these warning signs together. Heart attack research has a phrase that every senior and every caregiver needs to memorize. Time is muscle. Every minute that passes between the onset of a heart attack and the restoration of blood flow to the heart is a minute in which heart muscle is being permanently destroyed. The medical window known as the golden hour, the 60 to 120 minutes following the start of symptoms, represents the period during which treatment is most effective at preventing serious long-term damage. Treatments like angioplasty and clot-dissolving medication work best when given early. When given late, they can still help, but the damage that has already been done cannot be undone. This is why recognizing these atypical symptoms matters so deeply for seniors over 60, not because the information is interesting, but because acting on it quickly, calling 911 instead of waiting, going to the emergency room instead of going to bed, is the difference between surviving a heart attack with minimal damage and surviving with a permanently weakened heart or not surviving at all. So let me give you a simple, practical action plan. First, share this video with someone you love who is over 60. The more people who know these 5 signs, the more lives will be saved. Second, if you experience any combination of the symptoms we've discussed today, particularly if 2 or more are present at the same time, call 911 immediately. Do not drive yourself. Do not wait to see if it gets better. Call emergency services and tell them exactly what you're experiencing. Third, talk to your doctor about your personal cardiac risk. According to the American Heart Association's Life's Essential 8 framework, factors like blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, sleep, and physical activity all directly influence heart attack risk in seniors. An annual cardiology checkup for anyone over 60 is not optional. It is essential. And fourth, if you have a history of high blood pressure, diabetes, or existing heart conditions, ask your doctor about an ECG, an electrocardiogram, which can detect early signs of cardiac stress before a heart attack occurs. Have you ever experienced any of these warning signs and didn't realize what they could have meant? I want to hear your story. Drop it in the comments below. Your experience could be the thing that helps another senior recognize these signs in time. And if this video gave you information you didn't have before, please subscribe and share it with everyone in your life who is over 60. Because every week on this channel, we bring you the most important evidence-based health information for seniors who want to live longer, stay independent, and protect the people they love. The next video could be just as important as this one, and you don't want to miss it. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice. If you believe you or someone else is experiencing a medical emergency, call 911 immediately. Always consult your doctor or qualified healthcare professional regarding your personal health.